Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in the world, we are so happy that you could join us for this very impromptu webinar that we're hosting. And Bob is busy preparing for our Paradigm Shift seminar that is coming up October 14th to the 16th. And so as we were talking about the program, we decided we would share some of the content with you, but a little bit different than we usually do. It's going to be a little bit of a roundtable discussion, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So before we get started, I will tell you who we have on the line and a little bit about myself, and then we'll get going. So I have Becca Hansen, our president and COO, with us, Bob Proctor, the man of the hour, the star of the show, and then I'm Mikey Stiller, the director of marketing for the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and we are so happy to be here with you. A little bit about me. I'm from Perkins, Oklahoma. It's a very small town. And while I tell my story, I would love it if you would comment where you're from, where you're joining us from. I know we've got thousands of people on the line and we want to see where you're coming in from. Believe it or not, the first time I heard of Bob was not when I started working for him 8 years ago, but whenever The Secret came out, my mom was obsessed. And being from a really small town in Oklahoma, the law of attraction and creating a life that you really want, not just accepting what you're given, was outside the box. And I didn't pick up to it right away, but fate would have it that just a short time later, I would get a job as a part-time nanny and assistant for people who worked for Bob. And I immediately became a very serious student, just soaking up and loving this information. Since then, in the last 8 years, my life has changed dramatically. I'm earning more money than I ever thought I would be. I have friends all over the world. I get to work and do what I really love. I understand how to set and achieve goals thanks to my mentor and friend, Bob. And not only that, but my family has changed. My husband works with us here at the Proctor Gallagher Institute too, and we have a small baby, Frankie, and we're just very conscious of the paradigms that we're instilling in him as he's growing up and how important they are. So that's a little bit about me. Now I'm going to hand it over to Becca so she can tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to get going in this roundtable discussion. Becca?
Hey guys, Becca Hansen here. I'm so excited to be with you today, and we're so excited to be talking about paradigms with you today because it's such an important lesson to learn and to understand what they are and really learn how to change them. So I think we want to share our story with you just to kind of give you an example of where you can, kind of come from nothing and completely change your life and let you know that anything is possible. So I first started working for the company about 8 years ago, just like Mikey. I was a nanny before I came to work with the company, and I kind of always knew deep down inside me that I was meant for something more, but I had absolutely no idea how to change that, and I didn't really know what was missing. I was an unconscious competent in that things always kind of worked out for me, but I didn't realize it until later when I started to understand what it is that we teach here at PGI. That I was an unconscious competent and all these things were working in my favor. But what I love most about what we teach with regard to paradigms is I think it helps you really understand yourself and other people. So I came from being the super duper shy, really, really timid, afraid to do anything outside of the box kind of person. And here I am. I just recently was put in the position by Bob and Sandy of president and COO of Proctor Gallagher Institute, which I just never thought that I was even capable of doing. Over the last 8 years of working really closely with Bob and Sandy both, they've put so many amazing opportunities in front of me that thankfully I've just been open to the coaching for and open to the opportunities to take on any challenge that they've put in my way. And through that, I've really come to challenge myself and understand myself so much better so that even though I know sometimes that I'm in a situation where my paradigm is going to challenge me, like getting the position of president and COO of the company, I can't even tell you the first week later I had all these paradigms and messages in my head firing off saying, you're not worthy, you're a fraud, they're all going to figure it out. And you're so not ready for this, but you know what? I'm going to take it on and I know that I'm going to do a great job because I know what I'm capable of. So Bob Proctor is the person who has taught me so much about who I am, what I'm capable of doing, and helped me identify some limiting paradigms that were standing in my way. And over the last 8 years of really digging into this material, I've been able to completely transform and change my life, going from being a single, super shy, timid girl to a woman who knows that I'm a great leader and I can do a lot of things that I just never even knew that I was capable of. So this material is so, so important to really study and understand, and especially understanding paradigms so that you can understand yourself. So I'm really excited to get into a discussion today with Bob about paradigms. So we won't waste any time. Bob, are you there?
Bob is here. Congratulations. Somebody's got their speaker turned on there. Coming back at me. You know, the seminar that we've got coming up is probably the most important subject anyone could learn or study. It's when we talk about
Becca, are you still there?
Becca's here. Looks like we lost Bob.
That's okay. I'm sure he'll be coming right back on. So in the meantime, let's keep the discussion going. Bob is going to be right back, so don't worry. We'll have the man of the hour here for you. And in the chat, why don't you just tell us a little bit about if you're coming to the Paradigm Shift event next month, let us know if you're live streaming or you're going to be there live. One of the reasons that we decided to hold this roundtable discussion is because the live stream seminar has resonated so well with our audience. It has sold faster than any other event, and it has a very contagious excitement about it that is getting all of us really excited too. And we just want to share it as much as possible and get as many people there as we can. Bob, it looks like you're back with us.
I'm back on here. How are you? Listen,
great.
What I started to say, the Paradigm Shift seminar that we're running, that we're talking about here, is probably the most important subject anyone can ever study. We are programmed. We're programmed genetically, and then we're programmed environmentally after we're born. But I think what a person should start asking themselves is, why do I look so much like my relatives? And then, why do I act so much like my relatives? You see, the average individual goes through their life and they never really experience any kind of a quantum jump or a quantum change. And it's not that they can't make it, it's that they're not operating with the right information. School doesn't give us the right information. We go to work and the people we're working for very rarely ever give us the right information. But you and I have creative faculties, and with the proper information, if we begin using those creative faculties, we can come from nowhere to somewhere. We can really begin to make things happen. What Mikey and Becca were just talking about, both of them had no business experience. They had backgrounds that didn't really lend itself to doing well in business, and yet they were fortunate enough to come to work with our company. And they worked their way right through, but they studied the material. And you see, when you study this material, it's like that, everything's going to happen. Now, at this Paradigm Shift seminar, I believe it's probably the most important seminar I've ever put together. Back in 1988, we filmed You Were Born Rich. It was a major production. It's changed lives all over the world. Then around 2006, 2008, Sandy Gallagher made Thinking into Results. And that has changed thousands of lives. And I have been working towards putting, and we're working on it right now. I'm sitting here at my desk. That's what I'm doing. I'm working on the Paradigm Shift seminar. And when you come to this, the change in your life can be dramatic. Now, it's a 3-day program. It's all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of Sunday. The live seminar itself is sold out. It's in Los Angeles, but we're streaming this, and we're streaming it all over the world. I don't care where you are in the world. If you can hear my voice, you can attend this seminar. Now, when you heard Mikey say that she started no formal education to speak about, no business experience, and she's the marketing director of our company. We do millions of dollars worth of business a year. She wouldn't be in that position by accident. She's in that position because she fills the position. When you take Becca Hansen, she started out no formal educational business experience, and she's the president, chief operating officer of the company. These things don't happen by accident. They happen by design because somebody made the design, and it's usually the person themselves. So what we're going to show you, and I'm going to explain in great detail, all the way from Friday morning till Sunday afternoon, exactly what happened in their mind to cause them to grow, to hold down a responsible position, earn excellent incomes, and wake up spending their day doing what they love to do. You know, just as I mentioned that, it brings something to mind. I've been traveling all over the world now for 50 years, over 50 years. And everywhere I go, I ask questions. I get to know the people. I have found that it doesn't matter where you go in the world, the only difference in one group and another is the culture, the paradigm. Culture is group habit. When you get past that, that's how you eat, the clothes you wear, the language you speak. People are essentially the same. We've got a marvelous mind, we have an intellect, and we live in a physical body. Well, it doesn't matter where I go, people are essentially the same, and I ask questions. And I found out there's about 3 basic things that people really want. And in this program, we're going to show you exactly how to get it. Number 1, contrary to popular belief, most people do not want to be really wealthy. Now, I'm talking about the lives of the rich and famous. They think, wow, that would be nice, and it's sort of a fantasy. But when push comes to shove and they get really serious about it, they really don't want to be really wealthy. That's one thing. Another thing, when you ask questions and really tune in, you're going to find out that most people, they have a desire. They would love to wake up in the morning excited about how they're going to spend their day. See, surveys have been taken, 80% of the people are going to jobs they don't even like. And they sit in traffic to get there and traffic coming home. And they would love to be able to just wave a wand and that would be gone. They would like to spend their days doing what they really love to do. And the third thing that they would really like, if they're living their fantasy or their dream, they would like to mix with people on a regular basis who are upbeat and very positive and creatively productive. Now, I've talked to thousands of people. They're the 3 things that I found people really want. They want to get rid of any financial concerns. They don't want to be really wealthy. They want to eliminate all financial concerns. In other words, if they want to get a new suit or a new dress, they're able to get it. If they want to trade cars, they can trade cars. If they want to go on a vacation, they don't want to wonder, can I afford it? They want to be able to pay their mortgage or pay for their house or pay their rent or whatever it is on time without even thinking about it. And if they want to go out to dinner, they're able to go. They don't want to have any financial concerns. They want to wake up in the morning doing what they love to do, and they want to mix with people who are upbeat, exciting, and creatively productive. Well, you know, every one of us can have all of those things, but we're not going to get them by accident. What we've got to do is create a program and promptly deposit it in the treasury of our subconscious, as William James used to refer to it, and then our life will start to change. Now, what happened to these 2 women that are on this call with me, who both work with me, work with the company, it's not an accident. They studied this material. They then took one of these things in their hand, and they decreed their own destiny. That's what you and I do. We do it every day. The problem with most people is they're not in control of their thinking. We've got to get to a point where we create the plan that we want and then regulate our thinking. Now, that's what paradigm shift is all about. We're starting out and we're showing you what is possible using the mental faculties we've got, the God-given gift that we have. Then we're going to cover how most people live and why they live that way. Then we're going to take a look at how you're really living right now. And then why you're living that way. And you'll start to see how this paradigm power is awesome. And it literally controls our behavior. You see, almost everyone you know knows how to do better than they're doing. The problem is they don't know why they're not doing it. Think of this for a moment. When you're a little kid, your parent would say, Bob, why'd you do that? I say, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You know better. I know. Well, why'd you do it? I don't know. See, that would lead us to believe that because we know something, we should be doing it. That's not necessarily true. Our educational system is designed in such a way that a part of our mind gathers enormous amounts of information. You got all kinds of people graduating from university right now, all over the world, that have all kinds of information. But then you watch their behavior and the results they get, it doesn't equate. It seems like they're on different frequencies. And that is because the part of our mind that gathers information and the part of our mind that controls our behavior, they're two different parts. Well, you see, the paradigm is in the part that we want to work on. And that's what this program is all about, paradigm shift. Now, when we go through this, we'll bring this right onto your computer, right into your home or into your office, just as we're coming right now. It doesn't matter where you are. If you can hear my voice now, you can attend this program. Just go to proctorgallagher.com and boom, hit the button and you can be a part of the program. Now, if this is broadcast all over the world, it's being recorded. And so the program, if you are not able to stay all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of Sunday, you had to go, you can come back and you can tune in. You just pull up the recording and tune in. And it's going to be up there for at least a week, possibly 2 weeks. So you're going to have lots of opportunity to see the whole thing. You're going to receive an exercise book. And that's what I'm working right on right now. I'm here in the studio, in our studio, with Gina Hayden, who's worked with me for 30 years. And she and I put these programs together, and we're doing a phenomenal job on this program. This is really good. You are going to love it. You will get the exercise guide. You can download it, and as we say, look on this page, you can go to that page. If we say do this, you'll do this. But I guarantee you one thing. On Sunday afternoon, when you walk away from this, you're going to start to see your life totally different. Just like our good friend Wayne Dyer used to say, when you change the way you look at life, or when you look at something, what you look at is going to change. Well, that's the way it is with our life. Now, let me go back and ask Becca or Mikey a couple of questions. Mikey, when you first heard The Secret, you said it was your mother that got listening to it?
Yeah, it was my mom, which is so funny because in a small town in Oklahoma, this kind of material was completely foreign. And so I remember when my mom first started talking about it, I was like, what is she talking about now?
Well, when she got you to listen to it, was it sort of like a movie you're going to, and that's all true for other people, but not for me?
You know what's funny, Bob, is I think you know this about me. Actually, I know you know this about me. I have a really open, good attitude. I think that's just something that I inherently got. And unlike some people who can be really resistant to change, I welcome it. And whenever I first heard this, it was foreign, and I remember being like, but I quickly adapted to being really interested in it and soaking it up.
Well, the strange part about it, you know, The Secret, we talk about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is an interesting law. The law of attraction is a secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. Your brain is an electronic switching station. And we're going to cover all this in this program that you're going to attend. And when you activate brain cells, you alter the vibration that your body, your mind and body's in. Your body's a molecular structure. The vibration you're in dictates what you attract. So you see, even though you're small town Oklahoma, as you started to listen to this, you were attracted into situations that moved you to Phoenix, Arizona, moved you right into a company with people that were working very closely with me, who no longer work with me, but you transferred, and now you're a very real part and a very important part of this company. So You can look at this, Mikey, and you can see bang, 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 how that law of attraction works. It's a series of circumstances are all hooked together. Magic, isn't it?
It is magic. And, most people will say, oh, you're so lucky, or what a coincidence. And, not knowing this, I would think the exact same thing, and knowing it, I just know, like, that is how magical this works.
Well, it's an interesting thing about magic. I speak at a lot of conventions. And every now and then, I'm speaking for a company, and they have a magician as part of entertainment. And since I'm outside the company, I'm the speaker there. They will get me to do something with the magician. And when you work with magicians, you learn something very quickly. The most important thing to the magician is that they keep in mind you don't know what they're doing, because most of the illusions or the tricks are so obvious, and when you see how they work, it's not magic anymore. But you know something? When you learn how life works, it's really magic. And that's what you're going to find. That's what transformed Mikey's life. Now, oddly enough, when Becca first came around our company, she was a nanny for a little boy whose grandmother was running and designed our coaching program. And I remember distinctly her sitting in the back of a seminar room, a seminar that we were conducting. And if I went past the table, you could feel her sort of just disappear into herself. So shy. Now, bang, like that, she started to work with this little boy's grandmother. She's married to that woman's son, and she started to work with him, started to work with her. She started to work with the company, and now is the president. Now, this is over a period of years, but this is the magic of how things happen. You see, what she had to do was shift her paradigm. Now, Becca, when you sat at that table, you know where I'm talking about as well as I do. If I had suggested that you're going to be doing what you do today, where do you think your mind would have gone?
Well, as you're talking about it, I'm remembering sitting at the back of that room, and I was physically shaking when you came up to talk to me. I remember. And I couldn't have fathomed it. I mean, it just would have seemed so far impossible. It just would have something, I never ever would have believed you. Never. No way.
Now, you see, we could talk about all the changes that have taken place in your life, the physical moves and the real moves. But the big change that took place was the paradigm, the programming in your subconsciousness.
Sorry, Bob, you cut out for me. What was that last bit?
I said the real thing that changed in your life was the paradigm. All the changes, we could talk about all the physical, intellectual, material changes that have taken place in your life. The change that took place that caused all of them, you shifted your paradigm.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
See, the paradigm is a program that operates in our subconscious mind. Schools should teach this, but they don't teach it. At the paradigm shift that we're going to be running in Los Angeles in about 3 weeks, I think it is going to be the most illuminating program you could possibly attend. It's very inexpensive for you to tune into this. The live seminar is sold out. The place is sold out. But the benefit of this, we will bring this right into your office or into your home. And I don't care if you're in Shanghai or if you're in New York, if you're in Buenos Aires or in Edmonton, Alberta. We're going to stream this. It's a great production, and we're going to stream it right onto your computer. Now, not only that, I am putting together right now the exercise manual that's going in there. And so you will have all the notes, all the exercises, you'll be able to keep that. If you're not able to stay for the whole thing, you have appointments or something, go ahead, go on your appointments, come back. It's going to be recorded. The part you missed, you can turn on the recording, you can get it. You will get this whole program. It is an absolutely phenomenal investment. It's probably one of the best investments you'll ever make in your life. You see, my life changed in 1961. I went from earning $4,000 a year to 175 in 1 year. And then in under 5 years, I took it over $1 million. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. But what I had done was change my paradigm. It took me 9.5 years to find out what had I actually changed. See, I was living in England at the time. I'd opened an office there. I had offices in the States and in Canada. And I had to ask myself, how am I earning all this money? What happened? See, I had been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. Well, I found out that's not true. You don't have to be really smart. Some of the smartest people in the world are broke. And people that are functionally illiterate can earn millions. So that's not the answer. I was raised to believe if you don't go to school, you're never going to get a good job. Those two ladies I just listened to, they didn't really go to school. They went so long and then they're out. I never went to school. I went to high school for 2 months. I didn't have a good job. I owned the company. Now, we're going to show you how these things happen. We're going to get rid of a lot of myths that you had, that you believed in, that you've got to be so smart to earn a lot of money. It's not true. What you have to do is understand how this program, the paradigm, is controlling your life, and bang, like that, how to change it. And you can take one of these and write your own program. And that's what we're going to share with you. Now, Mikey, I want you to come on, and Becca, I want you to come on one at a time. What is the one benefit that you believe people will gain most by registering in this program?
So I'll go first. I didn't want to step on Becca's toes. Okay, the one benefit, it's so hard to say just one. I have to say, I've had the great fortune of going to countless events of yours, Bob, and this is the one that I'm most excited about. I think it's so important. It'll change the way people look at themselves, feel about themselves, and I think it'll change everything. I mean, this particular lesson has had the biggest impact in my life, and I've seen it change our clients' lives, and I'm just so excited for everyone who's going to attend and for everyone who's going to be on the live stream. It's going to be really powerful.
Becca, if you could give the audience one thing why they should be there, what would you tell them?
Because it will give them a greater understanding of themselves, a greater understanding of what they need to do to move forward to change the results in their life in any area. I think understanding things, maybe I just have a really analytical mind, but understanding things just can really empower you. And I'm just so grateful that I understand this material. I didn't for several years. I tried to study so many times, and even though it was changing me and it was I was internalizing it, I didn't have an intellectual understanding of it that I could have effectively communicate to someone else. And I think they're going to walk away with a real understanding of what their paradigms are, how to identify them, and how to change them so that they can see different results in any area of their life.
Thank you, Becca. I'm going to tell you what I guarantee you I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to show you how to eliminate all financial concerns. I will show you how to eliminate them so that you can begin living the life you really want to live. This is not magic. This is the real deal. I'm going to show you how you can create the life you want so when you wake up in the morning, you know you're going to be doing what you love all day long. I'm going to show you how you can develop relationships with people from all over the world who are upbeat and creatively productive. In fact, all the time this program's running on, you'll be chatting with people from all over the world. This program will be going into at least 100 different countries, and you can chat with those people, and they will be chatting with you. Now, I'm not saying that just like that, when you wake up, everything's changed, but you will have a blueprint. And by following the blueprint, and anyone can follow it, it is not difficult, your life will really begin to change. I want to thank you very much for listening to us here, tuning into this. And I'm going to turn it back to our marketing director now, Mikey Stellar.
Thanks, Bob. I hope you guys are all enjoying this, and we're going to keep it going. I see a couple of questions in the chat that tell me you guys are a little bit confused about what streaming is, so I just want to clear up any confusion. Coming up, October 14th to the 16th, Bob will be live in Los Angeles teaching the Paradigm Shift seminar with Sandy Gallagher, our CEO and co-founder, for 2.5 days. And because we want to extend this material all around the world to as many people as possible, we're also live streaming the event. So you can be anywhere in the world with the internet on your computer, tablet, smartphone, and you can access the event. We are selling live stream tickets right now. And so that's what we're talking about when we say streaming this event. You can come in and you will be a part of the event. There's a camera behind the stage that Bob talks to directly to the streamers. You really feel like you're there with us in the room. And not only that, as a live streamer, you get a 2-week replay. So you're going to be able to go back and rewatch the seminar as many times as you would like, especially if you have to take a break or maybe you have plans for lunch one day. Don't worry, you're not going to have to miss anything. You'll get a full 2-week replay. Also, Bob mentioned that he's working on this workbook that he's held up a couple of times, and he has talked to me about this workbook and all the work that he's putting into it. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be so powerful, and you're going to get a copy of it. So you'll be able to download it before the event starts, print it off, and take notes just like you were in the room with us. And Becca, I think we have a special bonus for people who are on the line right now if they sign up within the next hour. Is that right?
If they sign up within the next hour, we are going to be gifting everyone who signs up for Paradigm Shift Livestream in the next hour access to the Bob Proctor Streaming Club through the end of the year. And that includes a weekly live stream with Bob Proctor, very similar to how you've joined us here, like Mikey was saying, to attend the live stream seminar for Paradigm Shift. You can attend from any device anywhere in the world. The page that you're on right now to watch this, if you went to bobproctorlive.com to join us today, the live stream page looks exactly like this. You'll have a chat where you can interact with other people on the line. And we have it set up very similar for Bob's Streaming Club. So he comes to you on a weekly basis and discusses books, articles, different things that he's studying, which is so cool to see how Bob studies. I mean, Bob studies like a scientist. He reads one line at a time and is able to get so much out of just one sentence, and will often study just a paragraph at a time for an entire month. So it's really great to stay connected with a community of people, a community of like-minded people in this material. So you're going to get, through the end of the year, access to the Streaming Club, which is about 3.5 months.
That is so great. So just so everybody knows, that's like a $325 value. It's $100 a month, so I'm just prorating 1 month. But it's an incredible program. You get Bob for an hour every single week. We open up for live questions. I host the calls with Bob. He just talks about what he's studying, big ideas. It's a very free flow. But that's a bonus. That's in addition to your live stream ticket, which is going to be a life-changing weekend. We will also be inviting you to a closed Facebook group where you'll get to connect with like-minded people that'll really support you as you're making changes and going after your goals. You'll get lots of downloads throughout the weekend and bonuses. But we want to see all of you guys on this live stream. It's going to be incredibly powerful. The paradigm shift is, without a doubt, one of the most important topics you could ever learn to create more wealth, health, and happiness in your life. And I hope that we see all of you there. Becca, what else do you think about the live stream?
Well, for all of you who might just be sitting there thinking, like, should I do it or shouldn't I? What do I have going that weekend? Maybe you're looking at your calendar. Like Mikey said, you do get a 14-day replay. So there's no reason to think about it. There's no reason to look at your calendar and see what you have going on. And I've heard Bob say on many a webinar, don't ask anyone what they think. Just do it. I mean, you're going to spend $147 anyway. Might as well spend it on your own personal development and invest in yourself. It's 2.5 days that could completely change your life. And I'm speaking from personal experience. My life would be nowhere near what it is without this material in it. I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to live in it day in and day out and apply it on a regular basis. And we really want to invite you guys to participate in that. You're going to get so much out of this event. I wouldn't even think about it for a second. So go ahead and sign up. And if you did sign up, go ahead and post in the chat. Let us know that you just signed up to join us at the live stream of Paradigm Shift. On the page that you're on, if you went to bobproctorlive.com to join us, in the upper right-hand corner, there's a button there to go ahead and click register. And you can learn everything that you need to know about it there, and then go ahead and post in the chat when you've done that. So, Mikey, how about you? You have more to add?
Just one more thing. I see lots of registrations coming through, and I'm so excited. We're going to have a great weekend with you all. If you want to go ahead and put in the chat if you're going to be joining us live, or perhaps some of you are going to actually be in LA, which would be so great. I can't wait to meet you. Go ahead and put that in the chat. We're really looking forward to it. Like Becca said, it's $147 for one of the best things you could ever invest in, which is yourself. And I just want to mention, when people live stream, one of the things that we heard last event that we thought was so cool was people were having watch parties. And so they would purchase a live stream ticket and then invite their friends, family, and coworkers over and watch the live stream together. And I just thought that was a really cool idea. Maybe it's one that you want to take advantage of and get together with a group and watch the live stream together. I think that's all.
All right. Well, thanks, Mikey. This has been such a great session. I love getting into a discussion with Bob. Anytime we have the opportunity to discuss paradigms or any topic with Bob, it's such a huge treat, and I always have so many takeaways. So I'm so happy to have been here. Mikey, did you have anything to close us out with?
That is all. Go ahead and click that register now button to the right of the video screen right now. Go register your ticket, and if you do so within the next hour, we will be seeing you on our streaming club calls through the end of the year, which you are going to benefit from and absolutely love. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.